And then to have like a complete stranger coming to live in your home, look at you and look after your baby, I just thought it's not exactly what I want. Plus, I think I wanted things to be a bit more scientific.
Okay.
The final question. She's been burning to ask this question.
I like the most weighted question. No, because this is a hot topic now also. So confinement center. Confinement center it's a new kind of like relatively new concept. And you went for one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How much did you pay for for a confinement center?
30k?
30k. For how long?
28 days.
1 month lah. Why you don't want to just say 1 month?
Because I moved out after 28 days. It isn't exactly 1 month, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's one. So 30k for a month. Do you think it was worth it?
30 plus a bit.
30 plus k. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Is it considered essential?
Yes.
It's a new thing, right?
Yeah, it's a new thing. It's a new
So
thing.
previously, to all the other mothers who had no concept of this was non-essential because it didn't exist. But now that it exists, it's essential. So what added benefits has made it essential?
Why you cannot just stay at home and do your confinement at home?
Yeah.
Okay, this is very individual, right? I did consider confinement nanny, but I've heard a lot of horror stories about like confinement nanny not available on the day that you deliver, there's sudden delay, or confinement nanny not appearing, or like horrible confinement nanny who's like not good, because there's no way you will know, right? And I think after childbirth it's a very vulnerable stage where you're like still recovering emotionally, physically, and you have like a newborn that you're still figuring out how to look after. And then to have like a complete stranger coming to live in your home, look at you and look after your baby, I just thought it's not exactly what I want. Plus, I think I wanted things to be a bit more scientific. So for example, I'm not the kind who, if like the confinement and say, oh, you need to do this because you just have to do it. There's like no rationale, or there's no like scientifically this is supposed to be good for you. This, so I was looking for something like this that I would be a bit more convinced. And I think I've heard a lot of horror stories about mothers going to like depression in the first month because you don't know what to do, you lack the support and everything. So I basically just wanted to recover well and be strong enough after 1 month so that I can look after my baby proper lah. So I think confinement center, or at least the one that I went to, is able to give me the assurance that they have a very well-equipped nursery to look after my baby 24/7, and they hire like proper qualified healthcare people and not just like a pool of confinement nanny there. So as in they convinced me that they have a certain way of looking after the baby, so that when we checked out a confinement center after 1 month, there will be a certain routine, or like they will empower us as new parents the skill set to be able to cope and look after the baby. So I think these are important to me and my husband, to really just be okay lah. So I know the costing is a little on the high side, and I mean it's a little privilege to be able to afford that, but I feel if you don't look after yourself well in this 1 month, right? I mean, if you go into depression, or like things doesn't work out, you and your husband fight, or like you lack of sleep, you neglect your baby, then I think no amount of money can recover that. So I think the way we see it is, yes, it's expensive, but I feel for the mental well-being and the body recovery, and to make sure that my baby is well taken care of in the first month when we're out of the hospital, right? I think it's good lah.
It's like a concept for the modern mom.
Because when I first heard it, right, it was so confusing. Like her proposition was this: I do not want a stranger to come into my house to take care of my baby. So here's what I'm gonna do: I'm gonna go to some other place with a bunch of other strangers so that they can take care of my baby. I was like, wait, how does that make any sense? Because my understanding of course, having like confinement nannies is that they are like the old wives' tales, the unsung heroes. They have seen through a myriad of different kind of like moms, so they had the experience to go and go through all of that. But I realized, or rather now that I've learned it's the fact that there's education involved. Because one thing about confinement nanny is they don't teach you jack, right? Because they're just trying to like cater to you, cater to your kid. They don't have time for like explaining. But I think the interesting selling point is for the mom, the family unit to actually go through the confinement centers like procedures, learn the skills that you need so that you can continue this outside.
I think, I think if you ask any mom, they will of course choose to go to a confinement center lah. Like, why not? It's like a resort stay for 1 month, and your baby and you gets like the best kind of care.
Correct.
But 30k.
No, but okay, here
30k is a bit much.
Hold on. So okay, let's say you want me to go for. Let's say we want to arrive at the same end goal, right? Which is you want to have information, take care of your kid, and you and your kid want to have a moderate, like well taken care of life, right? You individually going to like different things and learning the information for time not spent with your kid, and all of the experimenting and looking about, instead of just going to a one-stop shop.
No, I think for a new mom, right, is the support.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of like friends are all to say that, the minute I need to check out the hospital, that's when I'm on my own. Because the baby I need to look after and everything. But for me, right, when I checked out the hospital, I know I'm moving into a place that I'll be well taken care of. Because for new moms, right, your body will still be weak. I think unlikely you'll be able to carry your baby because mine was C-section. So it was a little, I need a while to recover. And I think there are a lot of questions in terms of like, how do I breastfeed my child? What does this mean when the baby is crying? So it's, just consider this, if you only have one confinement nanny at home, the nanny will do everything. Meaning to say, look after you, cook for you, go buy food, look after your baby. There's just one nanny doing everything. But yeah, of course, there's the counter argument to say that with the amount of money I'm paying at the confinement center, I can easily hire like 3 to 4 nanny and be at home. Yeah. But I think it's the environment difference. So the confinement center has a lot more things other than nursery. It has like spa and treatment rooms. It has like area where you can dine. So there are different kind of confinement center in Singapore. They are the kind that they can give you a nanny and then check you into the hotel. Yes, you still get a good environment, but you're still living with one nanny. So I think the one I went for, because we visited a few, I think we felt comfortable, like they have a kitchen. So meaning to say, when you check out hospital, if there are certain things that you can't eat because of like your certain body condition, you're still recovering, you can tell them and then they will be able to cater to your needs. And also there are like treatment rooms and everything. So basically, I think the reason why I wanted a confinement center was partially to recover and also the mental well-being.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody listen to Yan Ling and everybody go to a confinement center, okay? Increase the demand so that there will be more confinement centers.
Yes, better
and
competition.
Then by the time I am pregnant, it won't be 30k anymore.
Okay, there are cheaper options around, but I think you have to compromise on the quality of like the roof, the location.
I think no matter how much cheaper, it's still quite expensive, right? Even if you go to like those, because there's only 3 in Singapore, I heard.
I think when I was doing my research, there's 3. So there's like the 10k, 20k, and the 30k range.
Yeah, but the thing is that I think the reason why it is so expensive here is because there's only 3. But if you go to, I mean, like China and Korea, they're very big on these confinement centers.
But I think it's equally expensive.
Really, man? No, I think it's cheaper there though.
Cheap,
no, because you have to understand they feed you a lot of meals, and confinement food are expensive because they need to give you like proper nutritious food.
Yeah, but it cannot be as expensive as here, because if there's so many, then I don't see how
this is not
works.
like iPhone manufacturing where I open a bunch of factories, it becomes cheaper.
No, but like it's
but you think along the way, if let's say you check into a 5-star hotel per night, let's say 500, you stay there for 28 days. How much is it really? Let
Yeah lah.
alone haven't plus the food,
Correct.
the nurses, the facility, and like basically the 24/7 service, because there's this button that you can press anytime you need help.
I should have done like some research on how much China and Korea charge like moms for.
But is the quality of the food and the quality of the service the same?
The thing is that from what I have seen, so because China got a lot, right? Each confinement center specializes in different things.
Right.
So you can, if you value like, I don't know, postnatal massage, then there are confinement centers that really specialize in that. So you can go for that. Then there are also confinement centers that specialize in like very good confinement food. So if you care about the food, then you go to that confinement center. So there's a lot of like different types, and I think it's also a lot more accessible and more available for moms who want to go to confinement center. But for yours, right, you mentioned that the confinement center that you go to don't even have that many rooms or that many.
Yeah, so I think they could only take like 20 over 20.
Yeah, like it's so exclusive.
I mean, okay lah. If you want to lower the price for accessibility, that I understand. Like, this should be a service that should be extended to all moms. But I think that it is very hard for like us, an import-based country, for this price to go down and still maintain like that certain acceptable service and quality of food to a very vulnerable person.
No lah, I think it will still be expensive. It's just that.
Yeah. It's not gonna get way cheap. Yeah, I mean, like what you say, you can go for the 10K one and like see how that. Maybe the specials is one thing. Also, you don't know, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah
still
lah.
options, right? I understand the need for it to be cheaper, but I feel that, okay, let's say right, there's a confinement center for like $200. Will you trust the confinement center? I'm pretty sure you won't even consider it. It's just the confinement center's made of cardboard. I don't believe in it, right? But if it exists, will you go for it? You wouldn't, right? Because strangely enough, the way humans behave, like that pricing point is also some sort. It's not really a guarantee, but it's an indication of quality.
Yeah, I don't know. I talked to my partner about it also. I'll be like, you know, my boss, like, she paid 30K go for confinement center. Then he's like, I mean, if we have 30K, if we have 30K, I can send you there also, but I do not have the 30K. I don't know whether I'll have the 30K by then to spare for this.
You got 2 years to save, no man.
No, he's not having a baby in 2 years.
Exactly, so he got at least 2 years to save.
Okay. At least.
Tell him now, take time to go and save for confinement fees.
But conclusion is, I think confinement center preps you well enough. Like, I think the most crucial thing is you need to recover physically so that you can look after your baby. So if you're at home, right, imagine a nanny is here, the nanny will ask you like, where's your vacuum? Where's your detergent? Like, you can't really rest versus in a confinement center. I think me and my husband were very well rested in terms of the recovery. And then when you're really well rested, then I think you can focus on, okay, what's the next step? How do I look after my baby and everything? And similarly, I think your baby is being very well taken care of, right? So a lot of things, there's kind of like a routine for your baby in a way that it's a bit easier once you get home. And also to share, I think the confinement center has a lot more other things lah. They've got like transport, and the good thing is they filter your visitors. So I think a lot of new moms will be able to relate to say that you've got a lot of friends who call, hey, I'm coming to visit you, I'm coming to your house and all, and you can't say no, right? And you can't be the minute they're here and then you just say, time's up, please go because I need to pump, I need to feed my dog. It's like people may just be very convenient sitting on your sofa and not leaving. But I think confinement center has a bit more of this filter for you. And also I think during couple of months back, I think there was like a new surge of COVID cases. So I think there's a lot more precaution, like can you do an ART before coming to visit? So I feel it's a lot safer. So I think if anybody asks me, right, I'll still say it's very money well spent. And I also did like my baby full month party there. I was very determined. It's costly. I mean, it's not part of the package. It's on top of that. But I feel it's something that I will want to do before I check out of the confinement center, because I know once I reach home, right, that's when reality hits. I'm going to be on my own. I won't have time to plan a party. I won't have time to do any of the other things. So so me and my husband did basically everything during that 1 month there, and I think it's it's good lah. I mean, if anybody asks me, do I regret spending this money? No, I think it's money well spent. And if anybody asks me, I'll still say yes, go for it. But if you have a second kid, then I think it's something else that you there will be other considerations, because as much as you want to recover well, you still have another kid that needs you. So by staying there, I don't think it will be as well rested as I am right now because I only have one kid. Yeah.
I think of all the things to jumpstart in life, this should be one of the jumpstarts that you should actually like put money in, because I feel that it can really make or break how you bring the child up. Because if you get peeved off by the fact that the child is constantly making noise while you're trying to sleep and you're trying to recover, there are some people who have weird resentment against their children. Yeah, and I think that's not very healthy, right? It's not their fault. It's your fault. It's literally 9 months ago your fault. So you better do something about it. And I think if there is a way for you to ease that transition, then it's worth thinking about it lah. And also, if you have no reason to save money, start saving.
Yeah,
for
I mean, if you're going to go into debts for going to
no,
debt, then
don't.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you have to weigh between keeping the money for your kid and not, then I think you should reconsider.
correct.
But if it's something, I think 30K is something that a lot of people have. But it's just whether is it something that you're willing to splurge on,
Correct.
to love yourself, to recover lah. So I think it's just a matter of choice.
I think if in like Shen's case, like you have like yearly travel trips, right? So I think sacrifice 2 for one time vacation.
Because when you have a kid, you can't go for holiday
Yeah.
anytime soon.
No, it's
also,
like actually a very easy calculation on my end. Just like, since she cannot go, then okay, we just treat this as the vacation, right? Then it's not so much already.
just
the
take
money.
it as like a 1 month staycay with like everything taken care of.
Your last piece of freedom before the child becomes your problem.
I'll send this to my partner. I want it, but he has to want it too.
She told me that when she came to visit me.
Yep, I see.
yeah. Like he has to be convinced that this is
fair.
going to really help both me and him.
No, it definitely works. Because the unfortunate thing is he cannot test this out. He cannot like have you in the house for a month and be like, bro, you've confinement center.
No, but I tried my luck with my husband initially because I'm not sure if he will accept the price tag. So initially, it's the first time he heard about confinement center. He was like, okay. I mean, to be fair, he was receptive to hear me out. And after I pitched the story to him, he was so convinced that he said we should just go for it.
Yep.
So it's either I'm a very good salesperson or he's very convinced on the entire concept, because in the end he was the one who was like, let's just do it.
Yeah, I think maybe because he knows. I mean, that time you were already pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe my current one don't my current.
What are you even saying?
my partner now probably don't have this. Like all he sees is like the 30K.
He needs to surround himself with more friends who have like,
Who will
pregnant.
tell him like, okay, if you don't spend this money, your wife will be very emotional.
Yeah.
You need to deal with all this
bro,
thing.
you are the confinement nanny, You better figure out 30K more important.
And maybe if she doesn't do a confinement well, she may just tell you that she want to quit her job, and that's going to cost you more than 30K.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's taking
all
Shuen
this
will
be
rewatch
in
this
the-
video.
Yeah. I will send this to him. He will watch this. Yeah, for sure he will watch. But I think also we are not at that stage yet. So I think he can only see the fact that it is 30K. Oh my god, crazy.
But just to let you
30K.
know, when by the time it's your turn, maybe it's 50K.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I
So
don't think
it's
it will
like-
become cheaper. Nothing will
Yeah.
become cheaper.
Whatever lah. See how it goes lah. I want it lah. Let's, see whether he want or. I think every month will want it lah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will think that it's a waste of money.
Yeah,
because now that we are much more educated and aware of the issues that parents can face, the fact that having an education system that can show you and then you bring home that effect and that processes is just like invaluable, I think.
So the conclusion of the podcast is 1.
Go to a confinement center.
Yeah.
There's only one conclusion.
yeah. That's the only
I
conclusion.
mean, I'm convinced I'm equally as convinced because
Send your boyfriend to me. I'll convince him for you.
Sure.